Is your relationship failing because of distance? Has something come up that is forcing you to leave from a close relationship to a distant relationship? Are you finding it difficult to transcend from the close relationship bond to a distant relationship? Follow me. Let me give you some tips on how to keep your distant relationship alive. So today I'm in a sports mood and I'm out and about to lose some calories. Do you care to join me? Let's go.
You're my sweetest addiction. You're my strongest inspiration. And I love you. It's true. There's no mountain I could not climb as long as you are mine. And I thank you for being you. I'll be your best friend. I'll be your guide whenever.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Mita here, aka Price Precious. So please, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, share and comment. And if you are all here, thank you for coming back. I love you. Thank you for all the views, thank you for all the likes, thank you for all the shares, thank you for all the comments. Your girl is grateful. Today I want to talk about something very important. A lot of us have been in a distant relationship or are currently in a distant relationship. I want us to talk about how to build trust in a distant relationship. So most people get into distant relationship not by choice but by circumstances. A lot of things can push you to get into a distant relationship. I have been in a distant relationship for 1 whole year and I know what it means. Meanwhile, for others, they start up the relationship maybe online and it starts on a distant relationship base. One thing I want us to understand today is how to build trust in a distant relationship. Are you ready to go with me? Let's go. So tip number 1 on how to build trust in your relationship. What is trust, we may ask? Trust is an atmosphere of safety and undiluted commitment to your partner. And how do we build trust in a distant relationship? Tip number 1, say what you mean and mean what you say. Your words should be able to align with your actions. One thing that kills trust in a relationship is when what somebody says doesn't align with what they do. So make sure you always align your words to your action. What you promise to do, make sure you do it. If you promise to keep in touch, make sure you keep in touch. If you promise to update about your every move, make sure you do that. Let your words align with your actions. So always say what you mean and always mean what you say. That is one way of building trust in your long distance relationship. Tip number 2, communication. Talk, and talk. Okay? Communication is one thing that enhances or greases the way of trust in your relationship. Make sure you talk often. Talk in the morning, talk in the evening. It's very possible to circle around a particular thing when you talk too much with a particular person. Distant relationship is built by communication. It is built by frequent communication. So another very important tip on building trust in your relationship is transparency. One thing about distant relationship is that there is a very high possibility for suspicion, for doubts, for imaginations, for vain thoughts. But one way to build trust in your relationship is to be transparent. Be transparent on all your moves, on all your dealings, okay? Transparency is one thing that's going to help you build trust in your distant relationship. Don't be scared to say, hey girl, I want to go out with my friends tonight. I want to do this. I'll be here. Letting your partner know every move you make is not a weakness. It's a strength. And that is one thing that helps to build trust in your distant relationship. Another way to build trust in your relationship is to pick up the phone. Yes, pick up the phone. Doubt starts coming in. Suspicion starts coming in when a partner avoids picking the phone. Video calls, they want to know where you are, what you're doing, what you're up to. Okay, not because your partner is monitoring your life, but because they want to get more acquainted with your activities. They want to be sure he is doing what he says he's doing. So it's going to build a lot of trust whenever your partner calls you and you're able to pick up the call. But trust me, if you are in a relationship that calls are being avoided, calls are being ignored, that is already a red flag. It's already a sign that your relationship is in a decline, or there is a big distraction coming in the way of your relationship. So watch out. Another way of keeping your relationship or your distant relationship alive and fresh is by being vocal about your emotions. Okay, there's a lot of couples who have been together for years because they are so close to each other. They hardly hear the words "I love you." They hardly hear the words "you mean a lot to me." But when it comes to a distant relationship, one way for you to keep it alive and fresh is to be vocal about your emotions. Tell your partner you miss him. Tell him "I love you." The more they hear of your emotions or your feelings towards them, it keeps them hopeful. It keeps them glued to what you both feel for each other. So you don't just go on to talk and talk and talk, and you're not able to reassure them of the fact that you love them. That is one thing that can bring a breakage in the emotional bond between you two. So please make sure you express your heart. Always remind your partner "I love you." Always remind your partner how important they are to you, how much you miss them, how much you see this phase as a time where you begin to value them the more. Be vocal about your emotions. Tell your partner, tell them all the things they want to hear, because that is one way of keeping the love fresh. Say it, write it in a text. Get up in the morning, just send an "I love you" message. Hope you slept well. Hope my baby girl is doing great. My baby boy is doing nicely. And that is going to activate their emotions towards you. So another very important tip on how to keep your distant relationship fresh and alive is when you choose to look at the positive side of the distance. Okay, I had been in a distant relationship for 1 whole year. It's the time for you to take advantage of all the things you can do without your partner being close to you in a positive light. Do not see it as a standstill to your relationship. Do not see it as doom. See it as a point in your life where you have to learn a lot of things. For my partner, 1 year apart taught him a lot. It taught him to be a little bit more independent. It taught him to use the kitchen, and that is one thing I thank God for. Though there might be so many downsides of a distant relationship, trust me, it's going to keep your relationship fresh if you choose to focus on the positive side of the distance. It gives you ample time to spend more time with family, to spend more time on your career, on yourself, on building yourself, becoming a better person. So always try to look at the positive sides of the distance and be able to enjoy the moment. When you see it as a phase in your relationship that is meant to grow you, that is meant to build you, that is meant to catapult you to another stage, then you have a positive approach towards that. It's not a time to feel like your life is doomed, your life has come to a standstill. Yes, I know it might be difficult, but choose the positive aspects of it. Be active, be independent, work on yourself. You are going to enjoy the process when it comes to an end. Last tip on how to keep your distant relationship alive and healthy is what? Consistency. Be consistent. If your relationship is going to last for a year or more in a distant base, then you have to be consistent. The ability to pick up a call and communicate today and go silent for 2 weeks or go silent for 3 days, it's a down throw. It's a downward move in your relationship. Be consistent. Any relationship that has to last, that has to be in a distant phase and last through it all, is where there is consistency. So be consistent if you want your relationship to blossom. So there are so many tips on how to build trust in a relationship. Today we have just mentioned a few. I know you have so many in your mind that you want to share with us. If you know you have more tips on how to build trust in your relationship, do not forget to touch that dial. Comment your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel, like, share, and tell someone to do same. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for going through the video with us. I love you, I cherish you, I appreciate you, and I believe we are going to grow together.